Colby, obviously, I'm sure you're disappointed to not be sitting up there with a title belt, but after a little while now, how do you rate your own performance, and what was your feelings on the fight?
Yeah, I would rate my performance a 5 out of 10. I could sit here all day and make excuses. I could have zigged when I should have zagged. I could have, it was a timing thing because I was off. But that's not the cloth. That's not the cloth that I was cut from. So I'm not going to make excuses. There's a reason the front window is bigger than the rear view. So, it's in the past now. I'm not going to worry about the past. I'm going to focus on what's next. There's a guy that's been talking a lot of shit to me in the media. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Everybody thinks he's a nice guy. He's had a lot to say about me. So I'd love to see him say that to me in the cage, in the octagon.
What exactly has he been saying about you?
Oh, he was just saying some stuff before the fight. Oh, he's going to get his jaw broke. Oh, this and that. He's always talking shit, throwing shade. So I'd love to see him say it to my face. He's always got things to say to you guys in the media, but I've never seen him come up to me face to face. We were backstage at the press conference. He kept his head down the whole time. So he always has things to say. I'm a man of my word. I say things to people and I look them right in the eye and I say, let's do it. Let's go in the octagon. So, I'd love to see him, sometime next year. And, we've been at the top of the division for the longest. We're two guys that have never fought, that have been at the top of the division for years. So, I think that's the fight that makes the most logical sense next. Of course, I want to be an active fighter. I want to be a company man. I want to be a guy that, comes out here and puts on performances and shows for the UFC and makes them money as regularly as possible. I don't want to be getting sucker punched in the street and take more damage in the streets than I ever took in the octagon. So, I need to get my timing back, and I will. I'll go back to work. I know what I need to work on, and, I held back a lot in that fight. So I don't even feel like I was in a fight. It feels like I just was in fucking a practice round. So, I'm a lot better than that, and I'm still 35 years young, and my best is yet to come. No, it didn't surprise me at all. I thought I had rounds 3, 4, and 5. Started out a little slow in the first 2 rounds, but those rounds still felt like toss-up rounds. But, he's the champion, so I know I had to go out there and take it from him. But, I'm very grateful for bringing out Donald Trump tonight, the most famous person on the planet. He's done so much for my career.
Leon mentioned in the cage how your comments at the press conference really sort of emotionally hurt him, and he struggled with that, and the death of his father still weighs on him heavy. Do you maybe regret those comments and think, actually, okay, that was one time I maybe did go a little bit too far?
Not at all. Why would I have sympathy for a sex trafficker, someone who's impacted and hurt a lot of people's lives? The truth always stings the worst in the world. So, no, I don't feel bad about that at all. Let's talk about all the victims that he left behind that are surviving of the trauma and the turmoil that he put these people's lives through. So I don't feel bad at all. Why would I feel bad for a criminal?
Is Wonderboy a big enough name or a big enough dance partner that you two could headline a pay-per-view, or do you view him as like, oh, this is a fight night headliner against him?
I don't make those decisions. Those are way above my pay grade. That's up to Hunter Campbell, Dana White, Ari Emanuel. Whatever they see fit is best for the business. I'm a company man. I want to do the biggest and best business in this company, but I do feel like that's a premier matchup in the welterweight division. We've been at the top of the division for years, and we've never crossed paths, and he's had a lot of things to say about me. Oh, Colby this, oh, Colby that. So, I'd like to see him say those things to my face in that UFC octagon.
You also had a lot of things to say about Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland obviously said a lot of things about you at the press conference the following day. He was in attendance. I'm curious if, say, he doesn't come out on top against Dricus, is that a fight you would be entertained at all, just considering the history of words between you two?
Of course. He's been running his mouth, and, nothing he say makes sense. Oh, Colby goes to the cops. Bro, you called the cops just a couple weeks ago, dude, when there was someone at your front door. And then you pistol whipped him in the middle of the street. So I think he needs to worry about what he's got to get through with the justice system first before he even talks about fighting. That guy's a train wreck, dude. That guy's for sure going to do something stupid in the next couple of years, and we're all going to be talking in the media about this and that, about how bad decisions he makes. So, of course, I'd love to shut his mouth. There's a reason he couldn't cut it at 170. This is the toughest division in the UFC. Everybody knows that. Most people on planet Earth walk around this weight. So, if Sean wants to go, let's do it. That's an easy fight for me.
Well, going off of what you said a little bit ago, did you hear that he had to be escorted out of the arena because he jumped at Dricus?
I did not hear that, but I'm not surprised. That guy does not make very good decisions, and he's a liability to the company. It's sad what he's done. I feel bad that the UFC has to deal with him as the champion. You just don't know what he's going to say next or what he's going to do, and whose lives he's gonna put at harm and risk. So that's embarrassing, dude. Like you're at a professional event, dude. You're gonna fight the guy in a couple months. What are you doing, man? Like you're gonna get your opportunity to do whatever you want to him, but Drickus is class act, and I got a lot of respect for him. I hope he knocks Sean unconscious.
Colby, right here in front of you. Looking at your expression when the decision was read, you seemed a bit surprised. At that moment in time, did you think that you had done enough?
I did. I thought the third, fourth, and fifth round were mine. The fifth was mine easily. The fourth I thought was mine as well too. And I thought I did enough in the third. He didn't put any damage on me. He got a couple low kicks, but then I started checking him at the end. So, I thought I had the win. I thought I did enough. But the judges have never favored me. They hate me because I support Trump, and everybody hates Trump in this building. So, it is what it is. Life goes on. I just feel upset that I didn't stick to the game plan that he had told me, and but it is what it is. Like I said, life goes on. I think I can come back from this stronger and face this adversity head on, and I'll see Leon again down the road.
And you did have the chance, it seemed like, in the cage afterwards to talk to or yell at back and forth with Leon's corner. I guess, what were you guys saying to one another back and forth there?
He was just saying headshot dead. I'm like, bro, you don't even have guns in the UK. What are you fucking talking about, dude? You fucking bow to a king, dude. I don't fucking bow to nobody. We have fucking constitutional rights in America. So the guy is just blah, 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 blah. He's got nothing fucking to say, just the guy's fucking fake news. Everything he says that comes out of his mouth is just a fucking joke. So, I didn't really have anything to say to him. I was just kind of laughing and just saying, dude, what are you fucking talking about, dude? You're fucking nobody. You never fought in a cage. You never been in the UFC octagon. What have you accomplished in your life that makes you think you can talk about one of the all-time greats of the welterweight division?
Colby over here. What was that game plan Donald Trump had formulated for you?
Yeah, he said, let's get on him. Let's get on him early. Let's put that cardio on him. You can take this guy down at will, and it just took me a little bit to get going, My timing was not there early on, but, Leon was switching a lot to orthodox. I didn't expect that as much as he was in orthodox, so it kind of switched up my game plan. So I was preparing to take him down on that right leg, and he kept putting the left leg in the lead, and I was kind of confused. So, it was more just the timing issue, and, I still thought I did enough, but... God bless Donald Trump for fucking everything he's done for this country. He's the greatest American and the greatest president in history.
If the UFC decided to go down that route, is that something you would welcome, fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov next?
It doesn't really make sense. I think, Wonderboy has a bigger name. It's a bigger fight for the division, bigger business for the UFC. I'm the company, man. Whatever the UFC wants. I fought the pound for pound number one guy. That's the pound for pound number 4 guy in the world. That's him, and I feel like I wasn't even in a fight with him. So, it just shows how good I am and what I'm capable of. So anybody the UFC wants to do, but, I'm looking towards Wonderboy. He said some things, and I have my bad taste in my mouth about him right now. So I want to settle that beef in the octagon.
In the build-up to this fight, you said there wasn't anything that Leon Edwards had done during his reign that had impressed you. Has that changed now that you've shared the octagon with him?
No, nothing impressed me. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I got in a fight. What did he do that separated himself from me? How did he show that he was like this level above me? He didn't show that tonight. He didn't knock me out. He didn't wobble me. He didn't fucking win every round decisively. It was a competitive fight. Could have went either way. It depends on what judges are sitting in the booth that night. We know how the judges are. So, no, nothing impressed me. And the guy's boring, man. He's mumbling and drooling most of the time when he's talking. Like, the guy's not likable. He has no redeeming qualities. So, I feel bad that the UFC has to deal with him, in business and as their champion. It's a pathetic excuse of a champion.
People talk about Colby the person and Colby the character. Is that even a thing in your eyes?
No, not at all. There is no character. I'm a guy that just turns it up to 11. I don't care what people think of me, man. You can hate me, you can love me, you can be indifferent. It makes no difference. I'm here to do the biggest and best business for this company. I love this company. I just signed a new contract with him, so I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to be around for many years to come. So, the best is yet to come for me. I truly believe that, and I'm going to create a lot more special moments in this company, and I'm going to keep making history. That's what I've done since the beginning, and my legacy is not set yet.
I know it might not matter right now, but in your pre-fight face-off with Leon on Friday evening, a lot of people were wondering whether you said I was in character or thought it was a character. Can you just sort of clear up what it was?
Yeah, I never said that. I said, no, I said, you thought I was a character. No, I'm not a character, man. I say whatever I want, whenever I want. That's what bosses do, So I just let him know. I thought, because he kept saying, oh, in the lead up, oh, everything's a character that Colby played. I said, yeah, it was a character? Yeah, tell me now it's a character. I don't play a character, man. I'm just myself. I don't give a fuck what people think of me. Why would I care what you guys think about me? All my haters in the world are not doing better than me. I'm up here headlining events, fucking selling pay-per-views, fucking getting the most famous person on planet Earth to come support me. So why would I give a fuck about what any of you say or think of me?
Colby, I've got to ask, you talked about the haters that you have, but you got cheered, you got a big pop when you came out, but towards the end of the night after the decision, you got booed. Do you feel like you let your fans down tonight?
No, I don't feel like I did. I feel like, I came and put on a show for them, all week. I entertained them in and outside the octagon. That's what it's all about, giving them their money's worth. They pay their hard-earned dollars to come to these events, and they want to be entertained. They want to be distracted from whatever is going on inside their life. So, I feel like, it's upsetting that I didn't bring them the title that they know that we're capable of, but... we dust ourselves up, we get back up, and we come back stronger from it.
In your opinion, who has the best shot at beating Leon, Shavkat or Bilal?
Probably shit rat, just because we saw the first fight with Bailey, the racist, and who wants to put a racist in a main event pay-per-view title fight? I mean, they already made that fight before and nobody watched it, and that was during COVID when nobody had anything else to do. So how are you going to sell that as a pay-per-view? That's not a pay-per-view worthy main event. Push it right up there. Let's see if he's as good as all the hype says, and let's see how that goes. I think that's a fight for the fans, and I think that's the direction the UFC should go.